Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. And, this is another one of those you couldn't make it up. Who comes up with the bright ideas in the SNP? Seriously, whose bright idea is this? Hollywood, might as well be bloody Hollywood. Holyrood has a problem with crime. They don't want to employ policemen. They want to release all the prisoners from prison. And now, and they don't want to jail anyone under 25, regardless of what they've done. So a 23-year-old rapes a child and gets litter picking duty as his punishment. Scotland, 2025, marvellous place to live. The Quango that sorts out the sentencing has said that they want to axe lifelong sentences. Nobody, they say, should go to jail for the remainder of their life, regardless of the crime. So you could have one of the most heinous crimes ever with a guarantee of recidivism. They'll do it again if they're released. And this group want to say, yeah, but they've got to be released. Their rights are important. So what's he done? Well, he's raped and killed 14 children, and he says he's going to do it again. Yes, but he's been in prison a long time, hasn't he? Yes. Should we let him out? Yeah. And he promises not to do it again. He says he'll try. Oh, that's good enough. Let him go. Scotland! Hey! SNP! Hey! You're voting for these fuckers! Would you, even as an SNP voter, think it would be a good idea to let someone like that out of prison? Because they do. Because they're going to say, well, it's not our kid, is it? It's only the poor people's kids. It's unbelievable. Human rights experts have called for lifelong sentences to be scrapped in Scottish courts because they risk inhuman and degrading treatment of the country's worst offenders. Do you know what I would do with the country's worst offenders? I would do what we used to do in the old days. It involved a rope. And we aren't skipping. There's no recidivism, you know that. Once they've dangled, they'll never commit another crime again. And that's good, isn't it? Now, lifetime sentences in England and Wales aren't, unless in extremist circumstances, aren't lifelong. Life in England generally means 15 years. An order can be put in place that it's got to be a minimum of 20 or something like that. There's very few lifelong, as in rest of life prisoners. I think maybe only a dozen or 15, something like that. But even then, there is still a possibility of parole. Whereas in Scotland, a lifelong sentence means lifelong no parole. It is the remainder of your life. And that's what this lot are objecting to. Well, I say no. No. Unless you bring back the death penalty, life should mean life. And I'm not talking about somebody who's killed a guy in a fit of anger, because that was a flash. I'm not talking about the man who strangles his wife after 30 years of marriage because she just wouldn't stop. That's a flash. Still, yeah, you do your time. You do your long sentence. I'm not saying that. But we're talking heinous crimes. Multiple crime. That sort of thing. Serious sort of shit, right? Either hang them or give them the rest of their life in prison. I think it's cheaper for a 10-foot of rope than it is to keep someone in a cell for 50 years. But that's just me. And I think the world would be a better place if that was to happen again. We're never going to get a referendum on it. We should. And no government, I'll put it this way, no government would be prepared to give the British people a referendum on the death penalty, because you wouldn't need to have a death penalty referendum, because the government know what the answer would be right away. Sure, you get some lily-livered liberals who are, oh, but you mustn't kill them. Yeah, they've done terrible things, but you mustn't kill them. No, don't have a problem. If you've got a government that is prepared now to send young British men off to a foreign land to shoot others and kill them, that's the same government that's saying, oh, we shouldn't kill a murderer. We're going to send them off and kill Ivan and Pavlov and whatever over in Ukraine, who are young men themselves, ordered to the front. No option. Probably don't even want to be there. And our soldiers are going to shoot and kill them because this government says it's okay to kill someone. But the same government says, oh no, you can't kill a murderer. No, 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 no. You know, someone who's taken their own decisions in life and arrived at that point, a very bad position from their own actions and decisions. No, you can't kill them. You can kill an innocent young man who's been thrust to the front by a psychopathic leader. Hypocrisy is terrible, isn't it? The American Second Amendment exists for a reason. Americans have got the right to bear arms, and it's enshrined in the Constitution. And the point of that is the direction in which you're shooting them. It's the direction in which those weapons are pointed, because they're not pointed out at the enemies of America. The whole point of the American citizen having the Second Amendment is to make sure that they're pointing inwards towards their own government. I think we might need a Second Amendment in this country soon, the way it's going. But certainly, I think, my opinion, we need to return the death penalty. Let me know in the comments what you think. Thanks a lot. Bye.